Let me tell you an emotional and captivating story, a story about an ongoing battle in Hollywood, where love and dark clouds from the past are meeting. Brad Pitt, the famous star, is facing a $250 million legal battle in court, and his opponent is none other than his ex-girlfriend, Angelina Jolie. They used to be one of the most famous and beautiful couples in Hollywood, but their love has crumbled. Now, they are entangled in a tense legal battle. It's not just about money. This battle involves promises and the once warm hearts they shared during their time together. Brad Pitt has made a bold decision. He has rejected Angelina Jolie's efforts to accuse her of breaking the promises they made during their marriage. This story has captivated the attention of millions of people worldwide because it explores the emotions and hearts behind the walls of famous celebrities. This battle is not just a courtroom lawsuit. It's a story of love and promises, and we are waiting to see if Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie can find a way out of the crossroads in their relationship or if they will continue to fight in front of everyone. According to court documents obtained by RadarOnline.com, Pitt has requested that the Los Angeles Supreme Court judge dismiss Jolie's recent proposal. The battle is still ongoing, and the world is eagerly awaiting how this story will conclude. This story is not just about love and property division, it also speaks of genuine love and the dreams behind it. A year ago, Brad Pitt took Angelina Jolie to court after she sold her shares in a wine estate in France, Chateau Miraval, a place they purchased during happier times in their marriage. Chateau Miraval is not just a piece of property, it's an emblem of the love and dreams they built together. The actor revealed that they bought this property with the aim of turning it into a wine business to pass down to their children. It was a dream of the future and a testament to a love that transcended time. But life doesn't always go according to our plans, and their relationship went through turmoil. Now, they are facing a courtroom battle, putting their dreams and beautiful memories seemingly in the trash. This battle not only threatens their assets but also jeopardizes their offspring, and it raises the question, can love and promises survive in the darkness of a legal battle? As the story continued to unfold, Brad Pitt made an unconditional commitment to Chateau Miraval. He invested not only time but also a significant amount of money to turn this place into a successful enterprise. The couple continued to own this property even after their divorce in 2016. It was a piece of memory, marking the days of happiness and the promises that once existed between them. However, life is ever-changing, and in 2021, Angelina Jolie approached Brad Pitt with a significant announcement. She told him that she wanted to exit this business venture. It's hard to measure the emotions and decisions behind these words. Brad Pitt, as a man, decided to start looking for a buyer. Finally, after much negotiation and discussion, Brad Pitt and his team reached an agreement that would determine the fate of Chateau Miraval. He agreed to pay Angelina Jolie a substantial amount, which was $54 million, in exchange for her ownership of 50% of the property. This transaction was not just about money, it was about promises and life decisions. It reflected the acceptance and choices of the two regarding how they wanted to continue their journey, even though the path was no longer intact. But behind the hopes and agreements, the world of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie faced strong turmoil. The initial agreement fell apart when allegations of domestic violence against Pitt by Jolie surfaced after their divorce. Life reunited them in battles of the heart and property. The tense negotiations ultimately failed, and Angelina Jolie was forced to sell her shares, which she held in a company called Nouvelle, to a Russian tycoon named Yuri Shelfer. This transaction marked a regretful ending, as the love and promises gradually turned into a page of memories. Brad Pitt, filled with anger and regret, declared that Angelina Jolie had broken her promise not to sell her shares without his consent. However, what made the situation even more complicated was her choice of a tycoon with ties to Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia. This battle was not just about money and assets, it was also about relationships, perspectives, and the losses in the journey of love in life. The courtroom battle escalated further as Brad Pitt's lawsuit demanded the entire transaction to be reversed, reverting it to its previous state. Angelina Jolie's former company, Nouvelle, countersued Pitt, seeking $250 million for allegations of him misusing the company's assets for unworthy projects. The situation became even more tense as both parties remained unyielding. Angelina Jolie vehemently denied all allegations of wrongdoing. She argued that there was no contract preventing her from selling her shares to a third party. This legal battle has become a struggle of promises and ownership, where emotions have been lost, and the law is the only thing left. The court, where all the stories and dark clouds of love clash, will ultimately decide whether property and love can coexist side by side. This battle is not just about Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, it's also about the promises that once warmed their hearts and the decisions they had to face in life. As we first reported, she recently submitted the proposed deal she hashed out with Pitt in an email she sent him informing him she wanted out of the business. Now, in a new motion, Pitt unleashed on Jolie's effort to have his case tossed. His lawyer wrote that in 2021, following the couple's divorce, Jolie covertly sold her stake in Chateau Miraval to a massive, oft-boycotted spirits conglomerate owned by a Russian oligarch. Simply, Jolie put Pitt, without his consent, into partnership with a stranger, inviting that stranger to share not only Pitt's family business but also his family home. Pitt argued Jolie's claim she had no obligation to seek his approval before selling her stake in their company is wrong. Jolie is wrong. The complaint cites many statements Jolie made over the years. But in any event, implied in fact contracts based on conduct are well established under California law, and the detailed factual allegations in the complaint, which Jolie resists or ignores, state such a claim, his lawyer argued. Pitt said, Jolie's summary efforts to dismiss these independent claims are meritless. In the motion, Pitt revealed when they purchased the property, he invested over $15 million while Jolie put in over $10 million. The actor said it was around this time they agreed that no shares would be transferred to non-shareholders unless they both agreed. Pitt's filing also revealed Jolie came to him in 2013 because she could no longer afford to fund her share of the investment in Chateau Miraval. Because this threatened to upend the couple's vision for their family home and business, Pitt continued funding the investment completely on his own. Ultimately, Pitt would invest nearly $50 million more in Chateau Miraval than Jolie, i.e., 70% of the couple's total investment. The result, an international wine business now worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The property battle between Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie has become more complicated than ever with new information. Pitt revealed that before they got married, he transferred 10% of the shares to Jolie, making them joint owners of 50%. This was their commitment, based on an understanding of the amount he had invested in the 10% he provided to her. He believed they had agreed to keep family assets and business ventures together for the inheritance of their children and not sell them separately without the other's consent. However, after Angelina Jolie filed for divorce, Brad Pitt claimed that she agreed to a 68 to 32% split of the business based on his investments. However, Jolie is said to have told Pitt, "I will only take what I put in," implying that it was an investment, and the business would be inherited by their children. The complexity of the situation escalated when Brad Pitt stated that Jolie abruptly terminated the negotiations in 2021. He alleged that Angelina Jolie had a secret buyer waiting, and that buyer was Yuri Shefler, a Russian billionaire whom the U.S. had designated as a mobster. Brad Pitt has made a strong demand, wanting his lawsuit not to be dismissed, despite Angelina Jolie's proposals. This battle is becoming a fierce legal dispute, where property and love have faded, and it is increasingly turning into a story filled with twists and struggles. Before we conclude this story, let's reflect on the battle between Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. It's not just about money and property, it's also about the promises, love, and responsibilities they had towards their children. This battle has taken us into a world where even famous celebrities face the difficulties and challenges of life. But from this story, we can also draw a valuable lesson about love, responsibility, and promises. Remember that life can change, but love and promises should not be forgotten. For all of us, the most important thing is to protect what we've built and respect our commitments. Consider and research carefully before making important decisions to avoid unnecessary battles and disputes.